Alright, I'm going to go ahead and replace an igniter and a higher furnace. So the first thing that we need to do here is we need to remove this wire harness. It says igniter here on the gas valve. It has two blue wires and a black wire. I'm going to disconnect that clip there. There also is a clip here that you're just going to cut off. And then there's two screws back here with the bracket on the pilot igniter assembly. And you're basically going to take your 5/16 nut driver and you're going to unscrew those two sheet metal screws. So I'll do that now. Once we get these two screws out, then we're going to have to disconnect the pilot tube assembly. The pilot tube is just this little aluminum tube here. It's what provides fuel to the pilot flame. Okay, so I have the two screws removed. The pilot assembly should be very easy to just pull right out. Now this aluminum tube, don't be afraid, you're not going to break it. It's semi-flexible. So we're going to maneuver this aluminum tube around so we can expose the pilot tube assembly here. We can even disconnect our hose clamp here for our pressure switch just to get this out of the way. I've got that. So I can access this a little easier here. And then what we need to do is we need to disconnect the pilot tube assembly. Now with the pilot tube assembly, you're just going to take your wrench and you're going to rotate that counterclockwise. And actually for this particular application, you're going to want to use two wrenches. So let me grab one here. So. Alright, now you want to make sure that this little orifice here is installed correctly. This is the pilot tube orifice. This does have to be installed in this hole for it to work correctly. And that's it. You have removed the igniter. Now, the installation of this would be the exact opposite. You're just going to reattach the hose to the new igniter, reattach the pilot tube here. Get that reattached right now. If this aluminum tube is bent a little bit here, sometimes that can make it a little difficult for that nut to start turning initially. It will start turning. Okay. Tighten that tube back on. Like so. We're gonna put the tube back in place.
Where does that blue wire run?
Nowhere. It's just
Okay.
in here.